From dark jungles and deep swamps, dense forests, and hidden laboratories around the world. Primal rage, high-tech circuitry, servos, blood, flesh and sinew, creatures and beings, automatons, mysteries never before dreamed, and nightmares never before viewed. Come now and join us for Creepies and Beep Beeps.
Earth really needs you. Arcane is back for sure. So come on, fight for right. We need you, Swamp Thing. You are amazing. Oh, Swamp Thing.
So I've always been a very odd but big fan of Swamp Thing over the years. I felt Swamp Thing was something different, something weird, something new, and of course a lot of people argue he's a ripoff of the Man Thing. Well, yeah and no, they kind of go in two different directions. They have a very similar origin. That is true. But they do go in very different directions from one another. And that kind of helps. I remember watching, oh god, the 82 movie of Swamp Thing, and I don't know, it's one of those movies that when I first saw it, I was like, oh god, this is cool. And then when I saw it as an adult, I was like, wow, this was not as cool as I remember. What happened? And I don't know, it's a product of its time. There's I can usually separate myself from a time frame. Like, they didn't have CGI in the 80s, so yeah. But I even watched The Return of Swamp Thing. I do remember that not being so good, but, there was still some heart in it. I remember watching the Swamp Thing series. That was fun. Not the one that just came out a few years ago. The one that was on USA Network. Yeah. The old TV days. I want to say that was in 88, 89. That could have been later, though. I do know the same actor played Swamp Thing in all of those, so that was cool. And, so yeah. I remember the cartoon show. It was really weird. the Wild Thing cover was really an odd choice, but it made me laugh when I first watched it, though. So that's not a terrible thing. So Swamp Thing, of course, was done up by McFarlane, and Yeah, okay. I was hesitant to buy it because it's McFarlane. And then I saw it on sale at BBTS. I ordered it. I ironically ordered my anti-monitor after I ordered Swamp Thing. I got my Swamp Thing almost a week later. That was the snow and delay and shipping and stuff. But anyway, I do have Swamp Thing here now. And boy, I gotta tell you, this proves to me that I was right about the anti-monitor, because look at these two side by side. Jeez Louise. These are the same price point. These are the same category. And again, I said this with the anti-monitor. Look at the box. There's not a lot of negative space. Not near as much as there was with the anti-monitor. I mean, it looks like there's not enough room for Swamp Thing in there, and there kind of isn't. You know, do I think this is worth $40? No, 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 no. But it's a lot better than I thought it would be. I can't pick the exact art that this might be designed off of, but it looks really cool. I mean, I do like it. And he has a swappable limb that can be a tree, and yeah, you know. I did hate that they essentially made Moss Man and Revelation into the Swamp Thing, because that's not Moss Man. I may use some of those accessories on Swamp Thing, because I don't intend on using those on Moss Man. And I got that Moss Man pretty cheap, so that might work. Reason to go to your Ollie's and buy Moss Man is to get those accessories for Swamp Thing. I'll work it out. Anyhow, I do like, I guess they're overlays of the plants over top of Swamp Thing. I mean, I can tell underneath that this is mostly a basic figure. I think the legs are molded. Yeah, the plants are molded, and the um, arms. Yeah, but there's a lot of overlay here too, especially on the shoulders and the chest and that area. But it shows a lot of detail, and it's really kind of cool. And you don't have that weird problem with the elbows and knees like you did with certain other big figures. And I do really dig the claws at the end. That was a nice touch. And the ends of the hands, that's a nice touch. That seems appropriate for something. And of course, you got those two really deep, strong eyes in the face. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, mine's a little loose, not near as much as Anti-Monitor. One of the major complaints I have, though, is that the toe joints are so loose, he has trouble standing up. But don't worry, he comes with a stand. A rinky-dink tiny stand. Yeah, thanks for nothing, Todd. Um, God. The articulation, yeah, this is where we start losing some points here. Yeah, there's shoulders, there's single arms on the elbows, some wrist action. There's, of course, the head. The head can't look up at all, though. And it has a hard time looking forward, actually. And the legs are double jointed knees. Everything's got pins, of course. In a way, I don't mind it with Swamp Thing so much, because he's it almost gives him more detail. And the hips are basic. He does have that diaper crotch thing that the other McFarlane figures I found have, but it's not getting in the way of his hips as much. So that's a plus there too. I mean, most of the things I'm going to knock about this figure is the price, which is I got it on sale, so that's kind of negated, and somewhat of his limited mobility. I mean, it's not terrible, but yeah, it isn't as mobile as he could be. I really feel like the Hulk or Juggernaut from Marvel Legends might be a little more mobile than Swamp Thing. That's not to say he's terrible. It's just, yeah. And then on top of that, you have the toe joints being loose, and he just loves to fall over, because, how dare he try to stand. But he's a very robust figure, very tall, and I think he can fit in with 6-inch lines, because let's face it, Swamp Thing, he can change size anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's he's kind of a shapeshifter anyhow. So that you can kind of work him in. I used to have one of the old Swamp Things from, I think it did a sort of a 4 7/8 size line. It wasn't quite 5-inch. And I used to throw that in my 3 3/4-inch superheroes all the time. So I think it works. I've heard a lot of praise launched this figure. I don't think it's terrible. I think if you can get it on sale, it's a good buy. Well, it's not the best figure in the world either. It's probably the best Swamp Thing we're going to get for a very, very long time. If ever at all. Because Todd is not going to stop making DC figures, and he's going to make them like crap. And overcharge for them. So, there you go. And used to be, I would at least say, but at least Todd doesn't charge an arm and a leg. But I'm not saying that anymore because we all know that's a lie. We know it with the anti-monitor. We know it with that stupid Crisis on an Infinite Earth wave. So, yeah, I'm just backing away, saying, you know what? Nope. I have bought a grand total of 4 McFarlane figures in the past year. Not one has impressed me beyond, it's okay. I mean, it's just okay. Not great, not bad. I mean, I feel that way about Swamp Thing. Feel that way about Nightwolf. I bought from Mortal Kombat. That was on sale. Feel that way. I feel like Anti-Monitor is a lot less than he needed. A lot less than he should have been. I kind of don't like him, to be perfectly honest. What was the other McFarlane figure I bought? Oh, I gotta think about it. I know I put up a video about it, so I can't remember now. Wow, drawing a blank. I'm sure I'll turn around and after I hit stop on this recording, and I'll see it, and I'll be, oh yeah, that guy. But anyway, yeah, just looking around just in case I see it. Nope. So, I've not paid full price on any of the McFarlanes I've bought. Bought them all on sale, and I think, honestly, that's the best way to buy McFarlanes is on sale. I don't think they work otherwise. Oh, I just turned the other direction and saw the other one. It was Captain Carrot. Okay, I did pay full price for Captain Carrot. But that's 4 figures, and usually I try to give a line 4 figures, or I try to give a company 4 figures to impress me. And Todd, you didn't do it. You haven't done it. I mean, you've done some alright work, and some of this is good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's just good. It's not great. There is a difference. This is not wowing me. I'm telling you right now, I mean, I feel a little more wowed by some Marvel Legends. I know that I say some Marvel Legends than I do from this figure. Now, I will grant you other Marvel Legends that I get that I feel the same way about. But still, it's not like... I mean, I'm picking out some of my favorites here, and it's not winning me over. And usually you can win me over by character alone. And while I really love Swamp Thing, I really have to say that this line is not something I'm going to continue collecting. I may pick up something special like Swamp Thing once in a while, but I'm not going after much in this line. I'll say it that way. I'm going to kind of hang back and let the Todd McFarlane fans just go after his stuff and be happy. Because I don't hate it, but I'm not happy. It's just kind of there. And, I mean, he'll be around in my collection, and, he'll have a good place in my collection, but I could have lived without this figure. But, of course, I wouldn't have known that until I bought it, so there you go. Okay. I'm sure Todd's fans are going to say, you shit all over my hero. How dare you? I'm going to kill you. Too bad. But I think this one's going to go into creepy and beep beeps, even though I didn't really discuss creepiness. I mean, come on, let's face it. Swamp Monster. Come on. That is a creep factor right there, right? Yeah, definitely. Okay, that will wrap up this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And protect the green. Okay, that only works for this one.